Hi, it's Suzanne here from www.eft-scripts.com, and I'm here to talk about rejection. I've recently had some pretty horrendous traumas, and I've worked on them, and I've worked on them with other people as well, and what remains is a recent one that's just happened, and it involved rejection. So I don't want to identify anyone, and so I'm just gonna call the incident rejection. And so what I want you to do is, if you have a feeling of rejection within you, take your mind back to a time when you felt rejected. Doesn't matter which time it is. Imagine that you've got a book in front of you, and somewhere in that book there is a chapter called Rejection. How old were you then? What was happening then? What was the incident? And I want it to be like a very small chapter, maybe about 10 pages, something like that. So choose your chapter, and then you tap along with me as I say the words. In your mind, just tap as you absorb the words that I say. If the words that I say aren't quite right for you, then in your mind change them to whatever feels right. So let's just concentrate on that one particular incident of rejection, okay? And as I think of that one particular incident, I feel, as on a scale of 10 to 0, I feel a full 10, maybe even more, where 10 is the worst that I can feel, and 0 is, oh well, I'm fine, I understand, it was the other person's lack of confidence, it had nothing to do with me, it's not personal. I mean, that's what my logical mind is saying. It's not personal, it's the other person's problem, it's... Logic is lovely, isn't it? Because we can talk about logic as much as we want, but at the end of the day, I feel rejected. On a scale from 10 to 0, the feeling of rejection is a 10, despite all the logical things I know about why that person behaved the way they did. Okay? So, that's the beauty of EFT. It gets rid of the energy, even if it's illogical, or even if it feels logical for you to have that feeling of rejection, that's fine too. So tap along with me and just follow me. If you use different points, then use different points, but these are the main points that I use. Even though I have this feeling of rejection, I just want to move on safely, and in a way that's right for me. This feeling of rejection, this feeling of rejection, this feeling of rejection, this feeling of rejection relating to this particular incident. This feeling of rejection relating to this particular incident. This feeling of rejection relating to this particular incident. This feeling of rejection relating to this particular incident or this particular chapter. This feeling of rejection. Have a rest. And now tap with me again. Even though I have this rejection, it makes me feel pretty yucky. Just for now, just for today, even if I say it as I'm pretending and I don't really mean it, I'm willing to say that I accept myself despite this rejection. I honor my feelings anyway. This rejection in this particular incident and the feeling of rejection that I have out of it, or because of it. I can't even do grammar properly today. I'm a bit upset, put it mildly. This rejection. This rejection. I want to let it go. I want it to be safe to let this rejection go. Part of me wants to hold on to the feeling of rejection, because I feel that I'll be in a similar situation again in the future, and I'll be rejected again. And so part of me wants to hold on to the feeling of rejection, to protect me against future rejections. So if I feel rejected anyway, the other person can't reject me, or something like that. But that's crazy, because I feel upset and I want to feel calm. I don't want to feel rejected. I just want to let it go. This rejection. Relating to this particular incident. This rejection. Relating to this particular incident. Just have a rest. I'm just going to reach over and get a tissue. I might disappear for a while. I'll be back. I just feel like crying. This rejection, it was so cruel. This rejection. It feels so cruel. This rejection. Feels so very, very cruel. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. I was just answering questions honestly that I was being asked. From this person. I didn't mean to hurt them or do anything to upset them. But they turned around and rejected me in the most horrendous way. It would have really helped me if, instead of just rejecting me outright, they said, well, why are you talking to me like this? Or, please, I didn't mean that you answer me in this way. I wasn't expecting this answer. Because they asked me the questions. I just answered them honestly. That's all I did. I didn't intend to upset the person. They kept asking me questions. And I kept answering the questions honestly. I opened my heart, and instead of closing my heart and giving them a whole load of lies, I just answered the questions honestly. I didn't have a hidden agenda. They just kept asking questions, I kept giving answers. And then one of the answers they didn't like, obviously because of their self-esteem issues. And logically I know that, but I still feel hurt. I don't know what happened in your book chapter, but I'm sure the other person has reacted in a rejecting manner towards you because it was a manner of self-defense that they had learned through the years. And it's not personal to you, even if it feels really personal. Even if they said, you did da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and I want to have nothing to do with you. It's not really personal to you anyway. And I know that. But I still feel rejected. I feel very, very, very deeply hurt and rejected. Because in my mind, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do what the person used a reason. They said that I did this, therefore because I did this, they're now going to completely reject me and wanted nothing to do with me. And I'm like, okay. I was just answering your questions. You kept asking questions, I kept answering them. That's it. And if that bothered you, I'm getting more than rejection now. I'm changing. My feelings are changing to anger. If you don't like it, I'm not going to swear, but I guess you think you know what I'm going to say. If you don't like it, God, some people can be so rude, can't they? They don't think that you're just being honest. You have no hidden agenda. You're not trying to be hurtful to them. You're just being yourself. And they ask you to be yourself, and they're asking you questions, you're answering their questions, and when they don't like the answer, it's you, now I fully reject you. It's like, no, you may not treat me like this. You may not treat me like this. Looking back, I think I was a fool to put myself in that person's path. Because looking back, I can see that person had low self-esteem and may lash out and may not think. And I opened up to them and I was very honest with them. And I answered their questions honestly, and I didn't expect the backlash that I got. It was like, it came as if from nowhere. It hit me left field. I was like, where did this come from? I was just answering your question. If you don't like it, go to hell. It's a mild one. Don't like it, go to hell. That's how I feel like saying to them, go to hell. If you don't like it, go to hell. I'm really angry about this rejection now. But on a scale from 10 to 0, the feeling of rejection, I guess it's like a half or a 1. And my machine lets me record up to 15 minutes, and it's nearly 15 minutes, so I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope this has helped you, and all you need to do to completely release the feeling is to tap along to it over and over again. Just keep playing this video over and over again until the feeling of rejection abates, reduces, releases, whatever feels right for you. Thank you so much. This is Suzanne. Thank you for helping me, and I hope that I have helped you. Bye-bye now.